Welcome to Loyalize, a podcast by D Squares about customer engagement and customer loyalty.
At D Squares, we prioritize building meaningful relationships with our end-to-end loyalty solutions.
Welcome to Loyalize podcast. Today I'm joined by a dear friend, a seasoned marketeer and a brand builder, the CEO of marketing performance agency Lynkrs, Mohamed Hany. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me today. It's my pleasure.
Would you start by introducing yourself in terms of your professional background and so on?
Okay, I started in publicity graphics and then I joined Coca-Cola. Actually, I joined FP7, handling the account of Coca-Cola. I stayed there for a few years and then I joined Coca-Cola itself. I was handling Egypt, Libya, Yemen, and Sudan. And then I moved from Coca-Cola to Vodafone. I was in the marketing department. And then from Vodafone, I joined D Squares. I stayed there for 4 years. I started as commercial director, and then I decided to move into, not to move, but to build the marketing department because it was much needed back in the days. So I moved into the marketing, built a team, started it, and then finally, I'm now the CEO of Lynkrs, which is a digital and performance marketing agency.
But now let's dive into your journey in terms of the industries that you worked in. So today we want to tap into the relationship between loyalty and marketing. So as a person who dealt with different consumers or customers in different industries, can you tell me how was your journey? What are the similarities in terms of customer focus between, so you mentioned Vodafone, which is a telco, Coca-Cola, and the marketing agency before that. So what did you find? What are your key takeaways, if I may say, in terms of customer behavior, customer loyalty between all these different industries?
The beauty of marketing is that you are dealing with the human psychology. And the human psychology in general is unexpected. There are patterns, definitely, but each and every person differs. And at every moment, the same person differs. Yeah. So what's common is that there is nothing common. FMCGs, we usually say FMCGs as a generic name. However, FMCGs in its essence, it's very diverse. Because, for example, CSDs are FMCGs, detergents are FMCGs, a lot of brands or a lot of products are considered FMCGs. However, the usage is different. There are things that use on daily basis. There are things that use on weekly basis. There are things that use on monthly basis, which is completely different than your mobile phone. Probably you spend more time with your mobile phone and doing calls on the internet, scrolling, doing whatever, more than you buy FMCGs. So the two industries are completely different. The psychology of human being is completely different. The line is the segmentation and basically the segment of one. Meaning that nowadays we don't consider, when we studied marketing long time ago, we usually say, let's do the segmentation, male, female, 19 to 20, they do this, they do that. It's not like that anymore. The psychology changed. So now each and every individual is becoming a segment by their own. Maybe both of us, they like music. Maybe we are in the same age, but the genre of music is different.
It's different. Yes.
Even if we like the same genre, it's different. The piece of music or the song
exactly, the
itself.
artist itself or the song, yes.
So find this commonality now is very challenging. Yeah. So this is why I believe that, back to your question, that the common thing between the consumer behavior, what they do, is that there is no commonality, and each and every individual is a segment by itself, but completely different.
How can you differentiate, or how can you pinpoint the same human that uses that specific brand of FMCG and is related to that telecom provider, if I would say?
That's the part where data comes in. And this is the power of data nowadays. For companies to have data is something essential. Let's take an example. Bob, you went to buy a bottle of water from a kiosk, and then you went to buy another bottle of water from another supermarket. The company, the water company, they wouldn't know that you are the same person, right? How would they know that? How would they know that you are the same person who purchased twice, 3 times, 5 times? How would they know that you are the person who bought for like a month in a row and then you dropped? How would they know this?
They're clueless.
They will never know. So the point from FMCG's perspective is, and the key now, and I believe this is the new battle, which is gathering data about the consumer, so we are able to provide them with better marketing material, better promotion, better everything. Telco is completely different because telcos, they know everything about us. They do know our mobile number, they know our location, so they do have a lot of data. Definitely, they abide by the data regulatories. However, they know the data, so they're allowed, or it's easier for them to target each and every person individually because they have the data. So the key word here is getting the data of your consumer. In FMCGs, there is minimal loyalty. But let's look at the detergent. So if I'm used to use Persil as my detergent, and then I found an extreme offer on Ariel, for example, or Tide, or whatever, no big deal to change. I'm not that loyal to this detergent. Price will make a difference.
But
here. Availability will make a difference.
But this comes because you're probably a different persona. So you're speaking of detergents, but let me give you an example of beverages. If you have the option to try between Coke and Pepsi, and they know that you are a very loyal Coke drinker, let's say.
In beverages, it's the least loyalty. Because let's be honest, and we always use this terminology when I used to work in Coke. The easiest decision you can take in life, whether to drink Coke or Pepsi. I want Coke. There is no Coke. Coke is not cold. Okay, get me a cold Pepsi. The next one can be Coke. But if every time Coke is not as cold as I prefer it, then I will go to Pepsi. So how can you create the loyalty? Which is, there was something that we usually review, which is the consumer between awareness, those who know about the brand, who those bought the brand in the last 30 days, 60 days, and those who are loyal. You usually find that the top of the pyramid is like 1%, 2%. And the base is huge, 99% no Coke and Pepsi. But when you go up the pyramid of those who are really loyal, it's a very tiny percentage from the overall. And this is that they're asked about it. Right? So this is the answer they give you. But take them actually and go buy something, I'm sure it's going to differ. I would say that the very visible loyalty in FMCGs is in cigarettes. Because you consume, I don't encourage people to smoke, definitely, but if I consume a certain brand, I went to a certain kiosk, I didn't find it, probably I will not buy anything, but I will go to the other. If I didn't find it, I will go to the third. At the third or the fourth, if I didn't find it, maybe I will get something different or something else. Let's take a step back. What's loyalty? What makes a consumer loyal? When reality meets their expectations or exceed it. Simply.
When reality meets the expectations
or exceed it.
Or even exceed it, yes.
Yeah. I expect from this brand a certain, or let's look at it from a service perspective. Okay, you go to a service provider and you expect a certain level of service from customer service, quality, whatever you name it. Okay, if you have certain expectations and they did not meet your expectations, you'll be frustrated. Probably you'll not be an advocate. Yeah, you may give them another chance, but it's unlikely to happen. Yeah, if you had certain expectations and you found that they met your expectations, and a cherry on the top. You would say, yeah, okay, those are good people, yeah. I like them, huh? I'm going to tell my friend, those are good. And the word of mouth is stronger than any marketing campaign, especially nowadays. You would trust a friend telling you that this is a good product rather than a brand coming to you and saying, I'm a good product.
So can you draw the clear line, since you already established ground right now, can you draw the clear line between loyalty and marketing? If you would state
loyalty, yeah. Marketing is one of the basics of marketing is the marketing funnel, where it starts with the awareness, interest, desire, and the bottom is
The
loyalty.
action.
The loyalty. Loyalty is action they bought, and then there is another step which is you buy again, and then you tell your friends that you're encourage them to buy from you. Yeah. So loyalty is the bottom. The objective of each and every brand or service should be
to
create loyalty. Okay. The question is why? Because this consumer already bought your service or product, they liked it, and it's free marketing or free communication, because there's a huge difference between marketing and communication that we can talk about. However, now you have free communication, and they're gonna buy again and again and bring their friends to buy, and their friends are gonna bring their friends to buy, and you don't have to spend a lot. And I'm not saying that you don't have to spend or indulge them because they are your dear customers, but not as how you spend or how much you spend on acquisition, which is the top of the funnel. Awareness is everyone knows about me. Okay, now come and try me. You tried me, you like me, come buy again, you bought again, you are very happy, tell your friends. Yeah. So I cannot separate marketing from loyalty.
You cannot separate marketing from loyalty.
Definitely.
Which, if we move down your journey, so after Coca-Cola, you joined Vodafone, is that correct? So if I draw parallels between your theories or your takeaways, if I may say, in the FMCG industry, can I say that in the telecom industry, brand loyalty is a given?
Easier to achieve, but not given. Nothing is given with human psychology. You can never take something for granted when it comes to human psychology and communication and marketing. Can it be easier? Is it easier to acquire? Definitely it is. Why? Would you rather change your phone number or the chocolate you eat? Which is easier for you?
Would I rather? I mean, it's very unfair. If I get benefits if I change my phone number,
no benefits. Imagine the hassle.
It's way easier to change the chocolate that I eat. I mean, it's a one-time thing anyway.
Exactly. So, and everyone knows this. There is another game of price, tariff. I mean, one of the main things that the telecom face right now is the duality. Duality means I don't have only one number. The mass, they do have several numbers from several telecom providers, from several operators. They do have 2, 3, because there is an offer at a certain time of the day with this operator. I use this phone. I use this number. And then at night, there is another
offer to
I switch.
another
Duality.
people. Yes.
Okay. And this is the battle.
Some of my friends use this line and the others use this line, so I get better deals on each. So
exactly.
I
so the battle is to use more of my line rather than switching between operators. This is the mass. There is I wouldn't say the top who are post-paid, not prepaid, and there are very few. The game with those people is definitely loyalty. Why? They do have one number. They don't switch a lot, but they want to feel that they're appreciated from the operator. Probably they're not looking for 2 or 3 piastres cheaper in the tariff.
And they're already high net worth and individuals.
So what they're looking at?
What are you giving me? Yeah.
Free ticket, subscription in a certain place, free access, to feel the importance, which is, I will go back to the human psychology. The human psychology of the mass is we are price sensitive. If you want to keep me loyal, probably it's a game of price. But is it the only thing that keeps me loyal? No, definitely it's not. Because I can hook you in several things. You're getting a phone, what about getting an internet? What about getting a discounted access for a cable application or whatever it is?
Application provider. What about getting free tickets to some concert in a certain season?
So what they're doing here is, instead of using one of my services, I want you to use several things. So your roots are getting more and more with the operator. So to detach, it becomes very challenging. Let's not confuse between giving value that makes your client stick because of the value, and the minute you switch off this value, they can escape.
Yeah.
This is not loyalty. The conversation is the loyalty. Giving them like soft benefits and hard benefits, which is like cashback, money, whatever it is, or free ticket, free subscription. All those things together, a mix of both together, this is what gives them the impression that, or not an impression, it's reality. Huh?
It's reality. You're
That
actually giving value. I'm appreciated.
I did not kidnap you to be with me. So the mix of both, this is what creates a holistic, loyal customer. But there is something very important that we didn't close, which is a question: does that mean FMCGs cannot create loyalty? They can create loyalty, and they can create loyal customers with a lot of tools. So the first thing is, when expectations meets reality. So the number one is keep your promise, keep your word. Because if you cannot track the ROI of your loyalty, means that you have bad loyalty. One of the main things, or the main success factors of a good loyalty program, is that customer satisfaction, and you can measure the ROI. Marketing in general, loyalty in specific, is investment, not cost. If your marketing is cost, then you are doing a bad
You're failing.
Marketing should be investment. If you put £1, you should get ROI. Depends on your industry, but you should get more than the £1 that you invested. So how can they create loyalty? Let's think of the mix between how can we use technology. Now I can know what you buy, what you consume, how frequent, get your points,
where you are, what's your gender,
everything.
what are your preferences,
Everything.
every single detail.
Everything. And by the way, I'm saying this not because I worked in loyalty, but this is the reason I choose to work in loyalty, because I truly believe in it. This is very important. This is very important. The technology is in our favor. The e-commerce is going in our favor. Data is very important.
Consumer behavior is a pattern in a way or another.
So all what we have to do is change our mindsets as, I would say, company owners or management or whatever, to, yes, let's do this new thing. If it didn't come today, in the very near future, it's going to be there. AI is going to take us by storm. Probably you are going to put on our
Apple Vision,
whatever, and then you did your shopping. Yeah. So in Telco, if you don't have loyalty programs, then you're out of the game. Yeah. In FMCGs, if you adopted it right now, you're ahead of the game. So no, there is personalization, which is very important. You have to tailor-made your loyalty program. Again, you have to be true to your service, and then give this mix between hard and soft benefits. Now you have the holistic formula of, this is the secret sauce of everything.
I love how you use this word continuously. Hany, as a MarTech expert, what are the upcoming trends, or what do you see that these are the technologies that are serving loyalty from the aspects of marketing and loyalty at the same time?
Use the technology. Technology is website, applications, straightforward. I personally like the apps. And by research, people go towards the apps rather than the web portal. The websites are becoming more of informative website if you want to know something or of that sort.
For research.
For research purposes. Or you want to know about the company, you want to get a glimpse. However, I believe that if you want to create strong loyalty, use apps. In general, if the loyalty program is complicated, people are not going to use it. If it's simple, personalized, and rewarding, a lot of people are going to use it.
What are the key complications? If I would say there are complications, but what do you think are the key complications that should exist in a successful loyalty program?
Okay. I wouldn't say the word complications,
of course,
but I would say the word pillars. Number one, and probably number 2 and 3, personalization. Remember when we talked at the very beginning, the segment of one, we are both different. My use is different than yours. So I use a chocolate with crisp and you get milk chocolate. If I'm giving you a promo on
Fruits
chocolate with nuts and you're allergic, you wouldn't use it. So this is personalization. So 1, 2, and 3 for me is personalization. Then you need to create a conversation between you as a consumer and the company or the brand. How would you do this? Give me challenges, give me games, let's do a challenge between me and my friends. Let's look, for example, which is, I believe, they're very successful, which is fantasy. All my friends, I don't play fantasy, but all my friends do it. What do they gain?
I assume nothing. Sense of competition, sense of bragging rights, if I would say. It's just that and fun.
So it's fun, it's sense of competition, and bragging about it. Imagine this, which is, by the way, is a very simple formula. And this is where I say hard and soft benefits. Hard benefits are actually value benefits, which is cash back, money, discount. This is hard benefits. The soft benefits is you are in the wood league, now you are in the golden league.
Oh.
You get a certain badge.
More on the experience side, more on the emotional.
Emotional. It's basically emotional and tangible. The mix between both satisfies both aspects of the consumer.
Where do you see the relationship or the dynamic between marketing and loyalty going in the years coming?
We cannot separate them. Again, loyalty is part of the marketing. I mean, it's like asking me, how do you see the relation between the tires and the vehicle? Do not try to separate them. People always think, or most of the people I met, they think of, let's do awareness. I want people to buy now, which is very powerful and very important. And I see this a lot in Lynkrs, by the way, which is because we do performance. People always want to do, I want them to buy now. Okay, what about building the brand? No, we don't have money for this. Let's not build the brand. I want people to buy now. And the minute they stop spending, people stop buying. Yeah. So build the brand, create awareness, build the brand, keep your promise, keep your customers loyal. It's four-wheel. Without any of them, there's something missing. You cannot keep people loyal without knowing your brand. It's impossible. That's impossible. They have to know your brand. They have to try it. They have to love it. You have to meet their expectations. And then now we are together. I did not kidnap you, but I know you love to be with me. And the consumer needs to see that we appreciate that you are with us. So we don't say marketing and loyalty. They're not separate.
They're basically one into another. Thank you, Hany. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for the team.